crazy. Yeah, so we have a poor high today. Did everybody have a good day?
Yep. Home early. Can't complain.
No, that's good. There, so we have a pretty big single print here. That was a period, huh? Did you guys see the new features here? Where you can extend the single prints and stuff? I don't know if you guys saw it. It's actually pretty cool.
No, I don't have that.
Yeah, I actually turned it on. I didn't know it was a new feature.
Yeah, there's some single prints here.
I just thought I hadn't turned it on.
Yeah, it's pretty new.
It's so cool.
One second. All right, so we'll have single prints here. Pretty odd spot for single prints in the P period. Wow. What a weird single print. It's almost like we have a perfect, I would say, I don't even know what to call the shape. A PB, PD shape. I mean, it's pretty long, and then you have a poor high, so indicating that there's some unfinished business at the top, right? But I would have to consider shorting below this range here. So they will have to lose this area in order to be considered somewhat bearish, right, in these single print spots. And then you would target probably the access low, which is 7 points. Did they have a gap as well now? Where did they close? Oh, they did have a nice little gap. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty straightforward. I don't know what NQ is doing after hours. I think some of the big boys had earnings, AVGO. I would say as long as they can, if we can open, you know, let me look at the M period first before I say anything else. Yeah, I mean, this is their value, right? This is what they're trying to hold. So if they can hold open anywhere in between here, I would say, you know, it has room to be bullish. Cracking below 48, we're going to be a little bit bearish below that. And then you're targeting to hit this 41, right, where they have the single prints. And then ultimately, if they start cracking those, then you have a little bit of a setup to fill this gap. And ultimately, we want to see them, you know, I would prefer if we open above the right here. Because what happened on this, once they're above this level, what happened every time? What happened when you're above the blue level here?
That's rejecting?
Yeah, they tried to build up, you know, higher prices. They tried once, then they had a lower high. right? And then they made a lower high, lower low, and they built the value lower, and then they had a spike. So they're trying, but it seems like this M period here is the one that caused the spike again outside. But then it got brought back even in N period. So if they can close above, open above the 60, I think there's a high chance they continue running tomorrow. And if we're somewhere in here, we got to watch for this break. Still bullish, but if they crack this at any point, do not fight it. They might want to fill the gap. Close this guy. Let's just look at a little bit of SVP to make sure volume is agreeing with some of this. So on volume profile, this is a clear P shape. I mean, this is, I don't know if you guys remember. Do you remember what I said about the short cover rally here? If they can't get it,
Yeah, if they couldn't get below, it was gonna explode.
it was going to explode, and they obviously could not get below. They came in here and they had, I mean, this is your support if you think about it, right? Today, this was all about this level here. So if they could hold this, which is your developing weekly value area low and a VPOC at 90, and obviously they did some stuff after hours in the midnight, and then phew, they just continued running that pretty nicely, right? So now you're in a P shape, right? And it looks like they're not done, right? And they're indicating that by the poor high as well. So I would expect that they might have a nice little drop here. If they do a drop somewhere to this range up here and we get a, defend, I mean, that would be good. Because now if you look at it, your previous, level that we had here, 41.49, the high, you have some, man, that's so weird cough. You have some, you have some value areas right here. You have the value area high, and then the weekly developing value areas here at 41.7 value area high. So if they do give you that retest now, that might not be a bad long overnight or tomorrow. If we crack inside of this, then, I think things are going to change a little bit. So let's see, we're just going to mark this.
Even then, there's not much space between there and the next POC.
I mean, this is just a, I would be careful.
Right
like,
there.
yeah, this can be really, really dangerous here. Because this
7
is a
points and it could bounce.
Yeah, this is a pretty big volume node. Why do I have this level in my head of 41?
5140, or you said 4150, but that's
Yeah, 5140. I had this in my head for some reason. I'm not sure why.
I think we were discussing it last night.
I have it like stored in my brain. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, he's right. So if you think about this, if you look at the VPOG, this is your balance where they sold off. Now they're going to look to see if they can defend that, right? And our previous all-time high, if you guys remember, where was that at? 51.23, I believe, right? Where was that?
Yeah.
Somewhere right here. Kind of losing it. Let me hide a bunch of crap.
It was 21 and 23.
Yeah, that's what I thought I had.
it's like really your short is really going to be after 5141, and then wait till you see what they do down there at the 90.
Yeah, so this is the level that's I would say somewhat still important, right? And the reason why I say it's important, I think this was our initial all-time highs, and you had these cracks and you lost it. Obviously, you try, excuse me, I just have like a random cough coming in. You lost this, right? And then obviously today they cracked it, right? So if they come in here tomorrow, this could offer also support, right? They failed once, they failed twice, and now they made a higher high, right? Structurally, they cleaned this up, they spent some time above it. So let's see what they do here. I would definitely pay attention to this level. Initially, I would bounce at 48, and they have a strong chance to bounce at this 41 level as well. 41 level is important. Why?
Is that gap protection?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Start the single prints from this morning in A period.
That's correct. That's your 8 period single prints, right? So it's important that you know, because that would indicate that you had, I'm just gonna hide these candles. That would indicate that you had some, what?
Aggressive buying.
Yeah, that you had some aggressive buying showing up here, right?
Order still left to be filled.
Not sure why the 41 is here. I don't have single prints there. Thought it was 26.5. Not sure what the 41 was. Oh, I'm sorry. That was the POC, the cumulative POC we had earlier that we had marked. Not sure what. We
Was
only
that
had
Monday?
single prints in the B period and the A period here
That was Monday.
today. And here you had this excess, then the massive sell-off, and then the POC. I don't know what. I thought it was the excess low, but it's not.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Excess low.
Yeah. But for me, it's different, right? I would say it's a 26, the excess low. See it here.
Your low today on ES is at 51.10 on RTH.
Yeah, I think, let's see.
Might be something wrong with my chart then.
Let me check. I was going off with the single prints. It's a little higher. 75. Is that what you guys have? RTH? Should be.
My RTH low is 51.33 on today.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, you guys are right.
And then the other single prints start at 41.
That's correct. I think what threw me off is the Ashi's candles and the way they opened. So don't fuck with Ashi candles and single prints. I was trying to see actually the price action, like the way it moved, but maybe I should not do that. Okay, 41 is correct then, Island. I apologize, I'm probably confused everyone. Yeah, 41 is important because that would be the access, right? And we mentioned earlier 7 points, so I guess I had it right. So 7 points between here, and I would look to close. And if you guys remember, we had the identical setup here. If you go down back to about 60, I think it was here. You guys remember this? Identical setup right now, what they're executing. Right, we had these and they came back and they bounced. And if you guys look, I think it's pretty close, right? If they come here, this becomes a really good zone. You almost have like 2 POCs right in the area. Even taking that entry a little bit earlier, 2-3 points early. You know, it depends how you want to trade it, but this is pretty aggressive buyers now, right here. So anything above 48 and this little, if you want to call it gap, skinny belly, they open above it, and I'm looking for higher prices tomorrow. But just FYI, I'll be somewhat cautious in the upcoming weeks, like 3-4 weeks on the market. And you see this is a failed auction here. All right, well, that'll be it for me. I just don't feel too good today. I was actually pretty much in bed and I had some lunch, but I didn't really sleep the night before. I just stayed awake pretty much all night until like 5 a.m. I was awake.
Jeez.
Yeah, I just couldn't. I don't know if you guys ever I just could not close my eyes and fall asleep. Everything was like just spinning in my head. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna trade this half tired, half deprived of sleep. I'm not gonna do that. So stayed in, slept, and then went for lunch.
Thank you, Shorty. It's
Retrace
nice.
and rip.
Yep, I'm looking for
Retrace
long
and rip.
prices. We have to hold this tomorrow at open. So
And really, I mean, the risk reward's awesome.
say it again.
The risk reward is awesome for at least retracement rip.
Yeah,
You got 7 points down there, and you got 2 spots to have it hold, single prints, node.
Yeah, you can play it
And
a
then-
few different ways to hedge yourself. Pretty good though.
You got another.
I'll be live tomorrow. I'm literally going to sleep as soon as I drop this. I'm going to bed, and I'll be on tomorrow early.
Nice.
See what's going on. So,
See you in the morning.
all right, guys. Have a good
Nice.
night. See you guys tomorrow.
Thanks,
Feel better, man.
Thanks, sorry.